we just got off the dyno with that Volkswagen. Here are the results from that. Some pretty good numbers. So the first pull here you see, that was on his high boost tune. I tried to talk him into doing 3 on high, 3 on low, but he didn't want to do it. So 3 on high boost, looking at, and high boost for him I think was 36 pounds. He says, I didn't do any of the tuning on this. This is all already, I think, on a cob off the shelf. But 452 torque, 410 horsepower. And then on low boost, I believe he said 29 pounds. That's what it made on the last two, 395, 401, and 384, 406. It was a little bit warm. Let's see, it's about 70 degrees outside. We had one of our big cooling fans out in front of it, trying to keep it cool. We let it cool about 5 minutes in between each pull. But pretty impressive numbers on that Volkswagen. But yeah, let's see what else we can get into. We're back and we got this 370Z in. Cordell's doing a quick AMSOIL oil change on it. And then it's actually getting tuned with uprev today on our dyno by me. And it's got some high flow cats and exhaust and intakes. And I think that is all the modifications that it has. The owner just dropped it off, so I'm gonna talk to him about the vehicle, what kind of fuel's in it, all that kind of stuff, and we'll get this thing on the dyno and get it tuned. So we're back here, got the 370Z on the dyno. It's only got intakes and exhaust with high flow cats. So we shouldn't have to do a ton of tuning on it. Working with uprev here, using the ARC license on this. So yeah, let's get started. Base pulls, 301, 257, 308, 265, not bad. From what I had read, the 370Zs, as opposed to the 350Zs and G35s earlier, the 370Zs and G37s ECUs are apparently a little bit more sensitive to knock, and they like to take a lot of ignition timing out. So that is also a bit of what we will be looking at with the, I believe it's called simplified timing in the ARC license. So yeah, we'll try and get this thing dialed in. Next up is plugging in the laptop and getting the license uploaded to the ECU. Get the uprev cable plugged into the OBD. Now we run it into the laptop and get the program open. Good morning. We are back in the 370Z. I am about to get the ARC features opened up and then get the burnout mod, flat foot shifting, launch control, and simplified timing all figured out, and then adjust my timing on the top end, and we'll be good to go on the tune for this. We'll see what else we're going to get into. I think there's a BMW newer 3 Series single turbo that is getting some modifications too, so we'll check up on that in a bit. But yeah, here's some polls. We got a little bit of knock around 5,000 RPM and 27 degrees of ignition timing, so I pulled 2 degrees out of it from 5,000 up. So we will go in and see what it does and make sure it doesn't knock. Made 322 horsepower and 268 torque that time. So, all right, that pull went really well. That was the most horsepower and torque we've seen out of it.
322 horsepower, 272 torque, and as you can see, that reducing the ignition timing by 2 degrees made it so we have absolutely no knock now. So I am about ready to call this tune done. I think I'm gonna play with a few more settings on the just gonna double check and make sure these launch control settings look okay and a couple other things, and then we'll be good to go on the Z. All right, here we are. Just got done tuning the Z with uprev. I'm actually pretty impressed at what I was able to do with just a tune, considering, I mean, it's still got catalytic converters on it. And I mean, it's really only got intakes and that's it. So yeah, here is the results from that. The black pull here, I just went ahead and unclicked all the other ones as I was going through it. But the black pull here is our first pull with no tune, just fresh off the street. Made 301 horsepower, 257 torque. And then this green pull is the last one that I did after I had fixed all the ignition timing and made everything perfect on the AFRs. And we made 322.9 and 272.2 torque. So I'm really impressed. This is an awesome platform, rev happy, really smooth. But yeah, some great gains off just an intake and exhaust and a tune. Just got this motor for a friend's 350Z. He blew up the one that's in it. It's got a turbo on it. And so we're gonna throw this one in, and he wants to have his tuner turn down the boost. I told him to let me tune it, but he said he owes him one. So, but we have this thing here, 2015 335i, getting a intercooler upgrade from CSF. That is the stock one already out of it. Hanzo is deep into this one here. Got the stock pipe off of it too, about to replace it. But yeah, all right, Hans is done. He's got the, wow, that is huge. He's got the new intercooler in there. It's pretty stealth. And the new pipe up in there as well. Kind of seen it going up in there. But yeah, now he's gonna throw all the under shielding back on real quick, and then this thing will be good to rip. All right, got this thing, sounds really good. Got this thing finished up. This is the final product. Kind of hard to see, but now he's got a good pipe running to the intake. Good to go. All right. We got a buddy's GSX in here. He said he's been doing some work to it. He has some things for us to look at and fix. So I was getting a look at this. That is not good. Where is his wideband? Oh no. Got his wideband back here. A lot of leaks. Hopefully, oh man, his turbo's leaking. A bunch of stuff. He wanted us to take a look at fixing the lower intercooler piping, which is off the car right now, because it doesn't work with this guy. I think he said he's got an eBay kit on this, so we'll have to make that work. And then I think he said the upper intercooler piping as well is not working. Then I think he said something about ride height and the exhaust. The exhaust is, what on earth? The exhaust is hanging too low, he says. So it may need to have the entire exhaust readdressed. That might be part of the problem. But yes, so this thing is in. We're gonna take a look at it and see what needs to be done. But yeah, so we'll look at this thing and write him up a quote for everything that needs to be done. All right, it's the end of the day. We had a few other things come in that dropped cars for some projects that we're gonna get going in the next week or two. And then, yeah, this is one of them. This thing is gonna be getting cam, long tube headers, exhaust, tune, I think ethanol. I can't remember. There's a bunch of things that are going on with this one.
that we are modifying and tuning. It should be awesome. I'm excited to do that. And then this is another customer, good friend of ours, Turbo 350Z. We have a JDM motor here for it. It is, I believe he said the motor is bad, but it still runs. I'm not really sure. So we'll dive more into that tomorrow, I'm sure. But yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.